Mark 3:1, the man with this withered hand in the synagogue.
Is he using the kolva komer, from the small to the great?
You weigh something. This is a small thing, this is a greater thing. If this is a lesser thing, this is a bigger thing. So it's, valka homer. It's a traditional rabbinical way of juxtaposing things so that you go, this is a tiny thing and this is a much greater thing. So the gravity of this thing far outweighs this thing. This is a lesser aspect of the law. This is a heftier, this is a more weighty aspect of the law. So yes, I do suspect that is the type of rabbinical methodology that he's deploying as he's speaking like this. He's also actually putting something out there which is quite interesting. We've talked about this being on the Sabbath, and there was the view that only if life was in danger could one attempt to heal on the Sabbath. There's a piece in, I think it's in the Mishnah, that says, they do not straighten the limb of a child or set a broken limb. He whose hand or foot was dislocated should not pour cold water over them, but he washes in the usual way, and if he is healed, he is healed. So the Pharisees prohibited doing anything, straightening of a limb, anything on the Sabbath. Clearly, the situation that we're faced with here, life isn't endangered at all. And they draw this from the book of Exodus 31 verses 14 through to 17. It's about how the Sabbath is a holy day and that if you work on it, you'll be likely to be put to death and you'll be cut off from your people. God worked for 6 days, but on the 7th, God rested, and so you should rest as well. Going back to the point you made about the command that Jesus says, he said to the man, stand forth. So quite literally, that means stand up in the middle.
Yes.
And so most synagogues were arranged with like benches along the walls, and they had this open space in the centre for seating on the floor. And so he's basically called this man, wherever he was, let's just for artistic license say he was hidden in the corner. Jesus doesn't do anything in secret. He calls this dude out from wherever he was, right smack bang into the centre. So there's no need now for the Pharisees to spy on him or watch him closely to see if he sneaks up alongside him and does a magic touch on him and make him better. He actually calls the dude right into the spotlight. Get out there, right in the middle. And once this man's in the spotlight, he then turns, in verse 4, to the Pharisees. So, is it lawful on the Sabbath to do good or to do evil? In that valka homer, the lesser the greater. Is it lawful to save life or kill? Well, they know it's lawful to save life because that's what the Mishnah and their tradition says. But they're left in this, well, what's the greater thing? The best thing is obviously to save life. The worst thing is to kill. The best thing is to do good. The worst thing is to do bad. So therefore, I think he's set them up quite nicely.
Yeah, because works of necessity and mercy, as Fruchtenbaum says, were allowed on the Sabbath. Yeah. And that would include healing as an act of mercy.